This is Khalid.
This is Dua Lipa.
This is Kanye.
I'm Ray. You'll love me. This is Victory Radio. Blow your mind.
Hello, everybody.
Hi.
Welcome back. This is the What If Show here on Victory Radio. It feels like
Which
it's been
Victory
a-
Radio?
This one.
UOP
This
Victory Radio of the universe.
This Victory Radio. This one. Oh,
The best one.
it's so nice.
We have a returning special guest this week after popular demand
Popular
from
demand.
three of us.
Fan request.
From three of us.
I'm just the absence of Lee. Just supply and demand.
Well, no, you're a valued addition to the team, to the What If team.
Yeah,
David.
like, it's a good rotation.
One more stunt like this, guys, and I'm a host on the show.
You're
so-
a regular host.
Yeah.
Wearing a fetching mustard today. If you're watching the Periscope, fetching mustard, isn't it?
Very nice.
Nice shade.
Thanks.
Needs to be
Thanks.
something
If you want to watch us, by the way, if you're listening to us on TuneIn, you can watch us. If you go to uopvictoryradio.co.uk, go to listen live, scroll down to the Periscope, you can watch us live studio feed. We have 2 webcams, so you can see our delightful mugs.
I'm not wearing my pink Diodora hoodie today because there is curry stains on the back of it.
Thanks for letting us
Wow,
know,
the back
Luca.
of
I don't
it.
even know because I didn't even wear it, and I'm pretty sure I threw away my. Last night I bought some curry chips. Very, very late at night. I decided to at 3 a.m. You know, and
As you do.
As you do.
I'm pretty sure I threw it away outside, so it's completely beyond me. I think what happened was there was curry on my fingers. I've taken my jacket off and like stumbled and just put my hands
Swiped.
swiped down the Diodora hoodie. So yeah, I've got a lot of curry stains on a lot of my clothes. My white top that I wore, my light blue jeans, and now my Diodora hoodie.
Could you
So-
just not find your mouth, Luca? Was that a problem?
No, I think it was
last
just on my
night?
hands. Like, I'm pretty sure I threw it away. I mean, you know, classic. It's a classic one.
Classic.
I do love the 3 a.m. Gaiters. Gaiters when's the
Other
merch deal coming?
kebab shops are available.
And other food shops. I mean, it's not just exclusive to kebabs. McDonald's, for example, we sell burgers.
Okay,
That sounds
before we get
pretty
on,
what if.
before we get on too much of a tangent, should we get on to the first What If? Yes?
Let's.
Let's go for it. I don't think I will ever remember to turn up the cartwheel slider when I do the first sting. It is now up, and I assure you that you will hear every single sting
Yes.
in its entirety. Summer, David, Luca,
Yes.
what would happen if people had the memory of a fish?
It'd be like knowing Max a million times over.
Wouldn't remember.
What?
Because you have the worst memory.
Oh, yeah.
Alright guys, so for the next what if we're going to do, what if everyone had the memory of a fish?
Oh, that's a good one. We've done that one before. Welcome to the What If
Anyway,
Show.
so It'd be like that, just no one would get anything done.
Do you know what? We should
companies would fail to exist.
We should do a radio show at Fridays at 4. I think that'd
Oh,
be
we've got
pretty
that
good.
Ravid thing to do. We've got to do the what if podcast.
Oh,
Like,
that is
I wouldn't
funny.
be, like, I mean, there'd be your normal routine that you're used to. So, like, obviously, you wouldn't, like, you'd get dressed and you'd brush your teeth and clean and all that stuff, but you just you'd never be able to, like, do any job apart from, like, being, like, a cleaner or something, because you wouldn't be able to have a schedule.
Yeah, but you'd forget how to clean.
No, but you know the essence
Cleaning's
of,
a
like,
skill.
oh, that is dirty, I want it to be clean, let me move that dirt away.
Yeah, I don't think it's an incompetent thing, but
You don't remember to clean, like I said, you don't remember to get dressed in the morning, you just do, because it's a thing that you do. It's like remembering names. Like, I'd be like, what was it? You. So,
you,
it's your turn.
you, and you.
You and you.
This is the, what's the name of this again?
The something show.
Something on
I love that
Victory
one.
Radio. You'd have to, I think what everyone would do is they'd have to have like a really long list of like things.
Like visual cues.
Yeah, and they'd have to go, right, 9:05 a.m, say hello to like random person.
Running order.
But then you just
Running order
forget
of life.
what the whole thing was about. You think, hang on a minute.
No, because you'd like.
Who wrote this?
No, because they develop.
Hey.
They develop a
Something
system.
fishy here.
Naughty boy.
They develop a system to like do it. There'd be like an app for it or something.
Yeah, but you wouldn't, because people would just forget what they were doing straight away.
Yeah, but they'd develop a system to stop you from forgetting.
They would
Like the
forget.
paper.
But they would forget it instantly. That's the point.
Just no.
Just no.
Is it true that, like, or is this just like an expression? What if people had the memory of a fish? Because how do you actually test a
There
fish's
is-
fishes? Is fishes
Fishes,
the
yeah.
plural? Fish's memory.
I'm pretty sure there was a test that they did, and they got like a fish to
Just
Oh, what is
one,
it?
so that's not very fair. Is it?
no.
That's not very much.
How's that a fair
goldfish are meant to
representation?
We
be
demand
smart.
more fishes.
Do you remember when it's like the World Cup and that, and they've got the goldfish that can? I mean, goldfish can do tricks. They can clearly remember to do tricks. So there's obviously like memory in that sense. So I don't think goldfish have bad memories. It's just like they've got a small brain, so it's like their capacity for memory. Yeah. So they got the test. I think like there was a maze, and there was like a treat at the end of it. And
I think that was mice, mate. I don't think that was
no,
goldfish.
but I'm sure they've done it with the goldfish as well, though. I'm not sure. Should we have our researcher look it up?
Well, I have just done some research
Go
on.
Thank you, Google.
It wasn't actually. Other search engines are available. It was
Is it
Ask
Google?
Jeeves. No. So it's actually a myth
Yeah.
Ha!
that they have.
I never
So
considered
they are said to have a mere like they don't even say where they're from or like what they've done.
Some
but it's just
scientists,
some
very
scientists.
generic.
Other scientists are available.
Other scientists are available. But they found that fish trained to respond to certain sounds in captivity still reacted months later when they heard them in the wild. So they've got like a month's worth of memory. I just think that they don't have a lot of
capacity
great brain
for-
capacity.
It's like short-term memory.
Yeah, exactly. So they probably remember one thing
That's
very
like I said.
well.
So
Exactly.
what does that mean for like, what if?
Well, it's like I said, we like
Yeah, it's
we-
changed
we'd-
the ball game.
we'd remember to like wear clothes and we'd remember to get dressed and wash and that, but we just wouldn't remember like short-term things. So like if I was gonna like I'd forget to come to do the show and I'd forget that I had like a meeting and I'd forget that a deadline was coming. But the more things that it's like you get used to it. So things that you do over and over, like that you get into a habit of, you do because it's just habit. But things that are like short-term, you'd forget. Like if you just met a person, you'd forget their name and you wouldn't remember what you ate for breakfast, that kind of thing. I mean, what do we all eat for breakfast this morning, guys?
I didn't.
I
Yeah,
didn't.
neither.
I woke up and I was like, I have something to do today, and
Had
I just don't have
toothpaste.
time. No, actually, I had a coffee and a breakfast biscuit.
So you did eat breakfast.
Nutritious,
Very productive.
very productive.
I watched an episode of How to Get Away with Murder for breakfast.
It's not.
And I had little bits of curry sauce left in my mouth from where I hadn't brushed my teeth
That's
yet.
ridiculous.
Oh.
That's
yum.
not
Save
nice.
it later.
Just got the
Licked
pink,
the-
got the pink jumper out.
I licked my
Just
hoodie.
get rid of it.
Got the pink. Oh, delightful. Well,
What if? Done.
has that been what ifed?
We need to get a sound effect when something's been what if, like I don't know.
A completion, like.
Yeah, like
do.
a completion sound effect. No, not the cheer. Like a completion sound effect.
Oh, well, this is what I play. Next, what if?
Next, what?
Do you know what I mean?
I mean,
What if like I don't know, like fast food places never existed? Can we do that? Can we just do it on the fly?
Yeah,
like,
on
you know?
the fly.
all right.
Like yeah, like fast food, establishments.
Off the cuff.
Like, do you think everyone would be a lot healthier, or do you think like there would be such a junk food culture?
Would restaurants be available?
Yeah, like you'd be able to still go and buy food from places, but there wouldn't be this whole like fast food aspect where like you just get a burger that they cook and it's like really like high in fat and saturated fats and salts.
I personally think that they wouldn't. It wouldn't be as like, because people go, oh, if there are no fast food restaurants, then we'd all be healthy. I don't think we'd have as much a health benefit as usual. Like, I don't eat a lot of fast food on the reg.
On the reg.
I mean, I do partake in fast food occasionally, mainly because all of the venues are very, very far away from where I live. More than a 15-minute walk, so I'm not doing it. But I mean, I'm finding myself quite unhealthy in terms of a diet at the moment because literally all I consume is meal deals.
Yeah, but I feel like if fast food restaurants didn't exist, then there wouldn't be such a junk food culture. People wouldn't just be addicted to like all the saturated fats and the salts. Everyone would just be used to eating like home cooked nice food. So people wouldn't seek out like just bags of Doritos and Rustler's burgers and Subways and all that stuff. You know, I think it would be less popular, like less commercial. So we've got a friend called Nicole. She's from Guernsey. She was saying that they don't have any like McDonald's or anything. In fact,
not?
yeah, no, there's
No.
no McDonald's or nothing on the island. They had a Burger King that closed like 10 years ago.
Sad, isn't it?
And she just said she said it's just because no one there wants it. There's like little cafes and that, and I suppose that's fair. If a whole community, like, because obviously Guernsey's like closed off from the world or whatever, but if a whole community's like, if a whole community is like used to like a way of like restaurants and little cafes, if a fast food restaurant comes, they're not going to want it. They're going to prefer to support the cafes and go to their local cafes than just the McDonald's. You know.
David, don't you have family from a Channel Island?
No.
Oh,
Why did you think
I thought you did.
No, I don't.
Moving on.
I think this is the first example of like a what if actually being able to have like a real world case scenario. Like we can just ask someone from Guernsey what's it like to not have any fast food
Well,
restaurants.
if you are from Guernsey and you're listening, it's probably just Nicole. Then
let us know.
do get in touch. If you do want to get in touch with us, by the way, there are many different channels in which you can get in touch with us. So if you want to use your favourite one, feel free. UOP Victory Radio on Facebook, Twitter. You can also email us live at uopvictoryradio.co.uk. Hashtag Victory Radio on Twitter or mention Victory Radio on Facebook. We'll be able to see it. We're having a few technical difficulties today with the social screens, but I can still see them. So please do tweet in. Next what if? I don't know why I said it so loud.
I've
Next
got
what
another
if?
one. What if I didn't win on Fortnite the other day? I'm joking.
Oh, that's
ridiculous.
that's
Right, we're
sassy.
moving on. Next,
I'm
what if?
joking.
Well, I haven't picked one.
Come up with that on the spot, mate. What if,
Dear oh dear. What if, I'm really struggling.
Get one off the list, innit? What if the world shared the same currency?
Okay, what if the world shared the same currency then?
Oh,
Now,
we'd all have the same money, and that's it.
oh yeah, what if complete?
Next.
What if, dang.
What would happen if the world shared the same currency? We've done that one.
I think David can have a good, because
Yeah.
David is a international relations and politics student. What would be the global political implication for the whole world sharing a currency, David? Like, what do you think? Like, what do you hypothesize would be?
Tell
the
us right
cause for
now.
that?
Well, I think the whole world would just go completely like. I just don't think it's a good for the economy.
Why not?
But well, because the whole idea of like trading currencies is like it's enticing competition, and it just creates competition with markets so that people want to sell more products, and like it stimulates other businesses to grow and like shrink. But also, if you're talking about like the actual implication of a global currency, like it's just impossible and it would never happen. But if it did, which is the whole point of this show,
What if? Like the euro, for
like
example.
if it did happen, like it would just reduce competition. But it would be really useful just for the convenience sake of like trading would just be so much more
Oh,
simple.
yeah. There'll be no more currency exchanges.
Yeah,
obviously.
but that's what I mean by like reduction in
I mean, like, what did the EU hope to achieve by getting loads of countries to use the euro? Like, what was the point of that? Why did they get rid of it? Was it because the currencies were too inflated or something?
No, so
Like the lira and the-
effectively it was it's because the EU used to be the coal and steel community, so they just used to trade just coal and steel between each other, but they basically like kept expanding it, so it would then be like an economic community, which then
Yes.
and then that developed in like, so they just thought, oh, how are we going to make this really easy for everyone? And so like the single currency then like came into effect because it was just made the whole transition process easy.
It started off as the coal and steel committee, then it became the EEC,
Yes.
and then it morphed into the EU. So that's kind of like
They literally just changed the name in 1992.
That's
And the single currency came in 1999.
2099,
it's
my favourite year.
So it's essentially why now, a bit topical, because we haven't I know we're kind of stealing a lot from Luca's show earlier, but stealing a lot of good topic for
All those
for
topics
Luca's
that we
show.
definitely did
Yeah,
talk
definitely
about.
discussed.
We definitely
Didn't really do the
did.
news.
Because didn't Michel Barnier come out recently with like, we've reached a transition deal?
Yes.
Didn't they? Didn't he
Yeah.
come out recently and say, yeah,
The deal's been agreed for after we leave the EU.
After
but
we leave.
it's still in the EU.
yeah, we're still here, but the deal's been agreed. So if we all had like one single currency, like Brexit wouldn't be as much of a faff as it is at the moment. Just a bit of a faff. But there wouldn't be a lot of competition either.
That's
Like,
what I was going to say.
do you know what I mean?
What I find interesting is like, what would be the like? Why would a global currency be like? Has world peace been achieved, or what? Like, why it has like the EU spans the whole world now to become the world union? Like, why would there be a global currency? Is what I'm interested in thinking about.
Just for like ease of, just to make people's lives easier.
Fair.
Surely. It would just be, so if you wanted to go to America, you wouldn't have to
Yeah. Also,
like, change your currency. You
Yeah.
would just go and the whole process is just more simple.
yeah, definitely. Also, how would they create a new currency, or would they make everyone like use the dollar or something like that?
Well, if they did, that would be like the most
And also, how would they?
like centralized view ever.
Yeah, and
So,
how
like,
would
it would
they,
just be a really narrow-minded view to take.
And like, how would they define how much it's worth? Like,
Well-
as opposed to all the other currency. Like, how would they say to a country like, look, you have this much money, but now it's worth this much, and we're changing it? It'd be so like.
Well, basically, I
and where would
think
it get produced as well? The mint.
what?
The mint.
Mint.
You need to know
The mint.
the mint.
The mint.
The mint, where money gets printed, the Royal Mint.
Obviously, Dave.
Yeah,
Quite obviously,
Yeah, no.
right.
That's what it's
Duh.
called.
Duh.
Okay, fine. Yeah, okay, it's fine. Yeah, that's my. Sorry. So the question was. Remind me what your question was.
I don't know. I forgot now. What was it? Can we rewind?
What would happen if the world shared the same currency?
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
I think I just said.
Oh, it was like
why would it?
yeah. So like in terms of like valuation, I think you'd have to base it on a current currency. So so you'd have to, well, most likely it would be compared to the dollar. So everyone would like have their value placed against the dollar, and then like that would just transpire, and you'd have like an even valuation, and you just change that into this new currency that's been created. But it would just be an awful complication to actually do, because if you think about how difficult it is to print new money in the first place, as in how difficult it would be to introduce a new currency into a country. Imagine doing that across the world, as simple as it sounds.
And convincing everyone to do it. I think that's been very what-ifed.
That's been very what-ifed. Speaking of what if, this is the What If show.
Oh yeah.
They're just rebranding. We're going to cut to a little ditty. This is a new song. You may have heard this on Victory Introducing on Tuesdays. Victory Introducing, keep an eye out for Victory Introducing because it may be changing in some way. So keep an eye out on Victory Radio, Facebook, Twitter, everything like that. We've got some new music coming your way. This is Blossoms with I Can't Stand It. This is UOP Victory Radio, the What If show. We will be back straight after this. Don't go away.
Playing the music you love.
Live 24/7.
This is Victory Radio.
Victory Radio. Live 24/7.
We are back with the What If show. So after that very intellectual discussion that I wasn't intelligent enough to take part in, I'm really setting the tone less than to what it was before.
You might have also heard that she's got a body like an hourglass because I didn't turn down the ML list. I didn't turn down the music, but we're back now. Summer, as you were.
Right, so did anyone hear what someone just said?
No, they did.
Oh, okay.
I literally just, it was, she got a booty like an
Oh
hourglass.
gosh.
So it's fine.
Anyway, moving on to the next What If. So now I need to remember what the What If I said was.
24 hours.
We do plan this show very well, don't we? No, this is the one thing. This is one thing in our life we don't plan because we want it to just be spontaneous and off the cuff. So I really hope you enjoy our little gaps.
No, it's all scripted. It's like Max. Oh yes, we plan this, don't we? And we write everything.
Welcome to the
scripted.
What If show.
So I've got a couple, but the first one I'm going to throw your way is it's not topical, it's topical to you. So if you were to change anything in the last 24 hours, one, what would it be? And two, what would be the effect of it?
Okay.
Oh,
Max, you begin.
Well, we had quite a. What would I change in the last 24 hours?
Yeah, if you had the chance to just go back and change something in the last 24 hours, what would it be? Because in the last 24 hours, none of us have done anything particularly detrimental to the rest of our lives.
Really?
But if you could change anything, what would it be?
I can't even remember what I did yesterday.
I know exactly what I would do actually. I think today I would have just stayed in bed.
You would have just stayed in bed.
Not done the previous radio show with Luca,
probably.
and I wouldn't have done this, and I would have just stayed in bed and just done nothing. It sounds awful because I'm on the show now, but I think I would have just stayed in bed because I am
It's kind of
tired. Yeah.
Thanks for that, Dave. We love having you here with What If.
Yeah. We love to hear that you're engaged in the show. You want to be here. It's nice, isn't it?
I forgot what I did yesterday. Wait, it was Thursday. What did we do yesterday? We had something, didn't we?
Probably something. Yeah, I would
Is it
imagine.
something that happened last night that you might change.
No, I'm just trying to remember for the 24 hours. Yeah, last night I decided to go for an evening. I just went.
Socialising.
I went out socialising to listen to music with some friends. Just didn't really live up to expectations, so I probably just would have stayed in. We've got some more wins on Fortnite.
Oh Christ!
But then that's quite sad, isn't it? No,
That is
that's not true.
immensely sad.
I mean, the thing is, it's like because I knew the result of the evening, I wouldn't go out, but also I wouldn't want to miss it. So maybe I'd just what can I possibly change?
No, that was the question.
I can't. But there's things that I just had no control of changing. So I probably just wouldn't have participated in evening activities.
I'm glad you enjoy spending time with us, Luca.
It wasn't spending time with you. It was spending time with another person that I didn't expect to.
Yes. I actually don't know, because I've done nothing meaningful in the past 24 hours.
Exactly, that's the purpose of the question. It's just like, it's so minuscule that you can't, that it's never really going to have that detrimental of an effect.
That's odd. Yeah, I actually have done nothing that I can think is very... I don't know. Oh, I'll tell you what, I would change this morning.
What happened this morning?
This morning, I slightly fell out of my bed.
Oh dear.
This is something that I'm sharing with you guys right now. First time I'm sharing it. I woke up on the edge of my bed this morning. 12. And
bright and early.
Bright and early.
I'm like how
Seize
on
the day.
Edge of our seats.
Was it early bird gets the worm?
Early bird catches the worm. I woke up on the edge of my bed, and I wasn't particularly awake to realise that I was on the edge of my bed, so I just leaned over.
And you fell?
I sort of rolled over thinking, because I always roll over when I wake up and was like, oh,
Here we go
ready to face
again.
the day. Here we go again, another day. Another day, another donut. Well, whatever the saying is.
Dollar.
Time to make
Donut.
the donuts, that's the other saying. And I fell off my bed, landed on my laptop, luckily it was shut. I changed that. Really meaningless. Really meaningless task. Anyone else?
Well, I wouldn't have tripped over the Hoover when I came home at whatever time this morning, because I'm in a considerable amount of pain today.
That's ridiculous.
I mean, at the time it was funny, but in hindsight, it's not funny. It's
No.
not big and it's not clever.
I found it funny.
Yeah, I know. You absolutely wet yourself this morning when I told you.
I found it funny. No, I wet myself until you showed me what you actually did.
I know.
Like, do you want to show it?
You won't see it on the periscope.
You will.
See my gammy arm.
to
No,
see it.
definitely not.
Oh.
Put your arm right up to the camera and you go,
she gashed her arm. Not madly gashed her arm, but she definitely
I've bruised it. I've summoned it, basically.
You've summoned it.
Still recovering from the leg incident, so I'm
God.
just... Even not just the last 24 hours, just me in general, I just would never fall over ever again.
Well, we were saying in a group chat earlier this morning that what was it? I said what we do when we speak in group chats is we don't particularly use a lot of connectives.
No.
It's long, and we all know what we're saying. So,
When meet.
for example, when meet means when are we meeting?
Yeah.
So I said to my friend Sam today, me and him were going to go and do a practice session for our live show, which I'll show you in a second. There's a t-shirt for it because I'm wearing it. I'll do a bit of promo, do you know what I mean? And I was supposed to say, so it was supposed to come out like, Sam, what was it? Sam, are you walking to the practice session that is happening? I ended up saying, Sam, are you walking practice? And then I went, no, not practicing walking. I didn't mean practicing walking. I meant you're walking to the studio practice that we're going to have. It was all very jovial, and we all laughed at it with our mouths.
Yeah, we all rang each other just to laugh.
Ring, laugh, hang up.
Group call.
What's planned tonight?
What plan tonight?
Exactly, it's just stuff like that. Or, I don't know, what room?
Where?
Lecture.
It's simple, it's efficient, and it works.
Yeah.
Until people don't understand, and
Yeah,
then...
but, like, connectives are so stupid because it's like, why do they even need to exist?
What if you didn't have connected?
Well, everyone speak like this, which not problem.
Which
we
not
already
problem.
do.
all still understand me.
We already do speak like this, though. That's the problem. Well, not the problem. That's the solution.
I didn't realise I did it so much, and Max laughed at this one as well. It was like one of the first few times I met our friend Robbie.
Oh,
And
he's listening now, actually.
yeah, I think he might be.
Shout out to Robbie.
We had a gathering at mine, and I had all like the benches in, and I think I needed to get past him. And normally, what people would say, and I mean, I'm quite a polite person, but excuse me, would you move out of the way, please, Robbie? Was probably along the lines of what most people would have said. And bear in mind, I didn't know Robbie very well at this point, and my response to him was, "Rob, move." And he looked at me like absolutely show-shocked. And it wasn't until that point I realised that how wrong it can come across if,
Yeah.
like, you don't
You
know
don't
us
know.
and you aren't speaking to us. So I'm apologising now, Robbie, if you're listening. You know I don't mean it.
Well,
It was simply to cut time out.
It's efficient, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, we don't all want to be talking for too long. Well, some of us.
Max looks at me. God.
Okay, now I've insulted Luca in this section. Should we go on?
Standard,
Let's.
really, innit?
Should we keep going? Next.
Now, the second what if question that I had, which is really getting back to the. Oh, no, it's actually completely opposite to the roots. It's just chatting nonsense.
Sorry to break. Robbie's just said in our group chat, all is forgiven some. So it's now publicly.
Oh, I'm glad he's accepted my apology. Apologise publicly. And
That's nice, isn't it?
so the second idea that I had in my head was, if you were to be famous for anything, what would you be famous for?
Oh.
Being the coolest person on the planet.
No, that is
Okay.
not a thing.
Cool.
Social influencer.
Yes, please.
Would you want to have like an invention or be life changing, or would you like, want to be a singer?
Probably my Snapchat. I really would love for my Snapchat to become viral.
Luca's Snapchat is legendary, it really is. Well, it's been taking some dives recently. You need to get a better phone.
Yeah, you've been slacking.
Because I haven't got a phone. The Snapchat's kind of on an off season, so when I get a new one, then it will be back in full production. But yeah, I mean, maybe I could plug the Snapchat, but you know, it's Luca Demire 98.
You're tragic.
If you had me,
Actually tragic.
I post funny things, you know. I mean, I'm not to toot my own horn, but I was on Snapchat for about 3 months before, and when I came back, about, no joke, 6 or 7 people messaged me saying, Luca, I'm glad you're back. So I think I'm getting there, but yeah, I would definitely be famous. I'd be a famous Snapchatter, mate. I'd just do like all these like legendary things, and then someone walk down the street and be like, oh, it's like, God, it's Snapchat.
If you do add Luca on Snapchat, please make sure you tell him that is from the radio as well, because then we can like notice who's actually listening to
Yeah,
the
I'll
radio.
shout you all out, and I'll do like, I don't know, I'll just do
What,
how about
daily
this?
shout-outs?
How about I do a competition, right? So whoever adds me on Snapchat and talks to me about Victory Radio, I'll shout their username out on Snapchat so they can maybe get 1 or 2 new ads. That is the official competition on the What If Show. Terms and conditions apply. You have to be 18 or over.
Oh, we do have fun, don't we?
No.
Okay.
I see. Okay, with this what if, I think
What if? Oh yeah.
I've got like 2 sort of routes that I would either go down. It's either I want to be known for something like really inspiring and like helping people, etc. But on the other hand, I think I would just like want to do something so just like stupid and like I think making music would be like so fun, but like what? It just
What's that
I don't know. That's such a normal thing for me to say. Like someone said, an invention would be incredible. Like inventing like an invisibility cloak or some shit like that.
Called like the
Oh,
Dave.
pardon me. Sorry for swearing.
That's hilarious. Yeah, I mean, it's like 2 ends of the spectrum. Me is to be famous on Snapchat, and then you use like an invention or like achieve a world peace or something. I don't care, mate. I just want to be able to look at my Snapchat and laugh. You know, I'm not bothered
your
about.
mouth?
I'm not bothered about uniting organisations of peace. I'm just like, look at my Snapchat. It's fine.
What would you want to do, Max?
I'd like to be famous for producing stellar television.
Yeah, but do you really get famous for that? I mean, how many celebrities? How many big TV producers can you name?
Off the top of your head,
Yeah,
go.
because I can't.
None.
You know?
But they're it's
No
a
offense to any
it's
TV producers
it's a
out there.
thankless
It's a good job.
task. Thankless
Thankless
task.
task.
I don't know what I'd want to be famous for. I don't particularly
I
have
made
a.
that Max famous.
I actually don't have a particular hankering for fame like other people do. I just don't.
I think it'd be so cool. I'd love to be
Right.
famous.
It'd be okay, but I think you would get a lot of like. It depends on how. If you're like local celebrity, then I think people would like respect you and be like, oh, you know, it's that guy, nice to see you. But if you're like a national celebrity, like if Drake just walked down the street, you just get mobbed all the time. That's another thing. Like, what level of fame are we talking about? Because you just wouldn't be able to deal with like being ridiculously famous because you just wouldn't be able to like live your life properly.
I think, yeah, like you said, I think I'd rather be like a low-key celebrity
Innit?
as well. But on the other hand, though, if you're famous for like one specific thing, then you're like, I don't know, it opens you up to being famous for so much more as well. So like,
Yeah.
effectively, if you're like really rich and like you sold like some incredible invention, like you can put all that money into like producing music or like doing other incredible things.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind like 15 minutes of fame, or else like, so let's say that I posted a Snapchat and then it become very viral, and then it would be like one of those things that you just see posted all around Facebook, and then like I'd have like 15 minutes of fame where everyone would know my name and I'd have loads of ads on Snapchat, but then it would die down. I think I'd like that because I quite like the idea of my Snapchat being known and being sort of known in that way, but I wouldn't want it permanently. So it's almost like you can't have too much of one good thing. So I'd enjoy it for a bit and then let it die down and just go back to normal routine.
Like sort of like buying references.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like people just reference your Snapchat like.
Because I'd use the influence for like good things. So like because obviously we do TVB, which is a very like social course.
Television and broadcasting.
Sorry, yeah, television and broadcasting. Television and broadcasting. If I had thousands more Snapchat followers, I'd just like advertise like the shows we were working on. I'd advertise Victory Radio.
Yeah, we get so many more listeners.
Exactly, and I'd probably have like companies messaging me saying, "Oh, if you shout out this on your Snapchat, we'll give you like just stuff like that." I'd enjoy that for a few months, and then when it all dies down, I'd be like, "Oh, I got a load of gain from that." You know, I'd be happy with it. And then maybe I could say to people every now and then, "Oh, you know, I actually had a Snapchat go viral." But I think it's like no one would really care. It's quite sad. Like. I think
you could like drop that into every single possible conversation.
I'd probably tell a few people before I started realising it's not that big a deal.
You'd be like, cool.
Yeah, wow, nice one.
I don't know. I mean, I'd want to be like someone who said something really important, like someone who I don't know, like something that's just really hits home to some people, like changes their mindset. But I don't really care about anything like that much. Like. I don't know what
Human rights activist.
Yeah, I'm not into that. Like all the feminism and stuff. Like, but I couldn't actually, and I wouldn't particularly want to be a singer because you're like, when you think about it, and all like the stardom is great and all until you can't walk to the shops.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, comedian. But I'm not funny enough, so I just think
we're all quite funny.
They have to stand there and like have fun. Like that seems all right, doesn't it? Like.
If you were very famous, you'd have someone like personal. Sorry, you'd have a a personal assistant to like go to the shops and stuff for you. Like there's things like so Bill Gates was on the Ellen show, and obviously he never does his own shopping because he's like got billions of dollars, and they got random products in like floss and toothpaste and like cereal. And I asked him like to guess how much it cost, and he's like, "Oh, box of cornflakes," and he goes, "I don't know, like $6," and he's like, "No, it's like $1," and he's like, "Oh, what about this really expensive thing?" He's like, "I don't know, like $2." He just has no concept of it.
Just has that's so like such a false sense of reality, though, isn't it?
Completely weird. Like imagine it's bizarre. Like everything's just there for you because you pay someone to do it for you, and you don't need to know about anything like cost of things.
Would you have a personal assistant? I would.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, I think Max definitely would.
I just need one.
PA.
Any PAs listening that want to do free work?
Applications.
Honestly, applications happily open up. #Victory Radio.
No pay in very long hours.
Mention the What If Show on Facebook. Come on.
Extremely low pay.
Extremely low pay. I'll occasionally buy you a pint.
Of water.
Yeah, pretty much it. That's all I'll do. Occasionally buy you a pint of water to
we'll
drink
pay
into your
you
mouth.
every 3 months when the
What would you have them do though? Literally anything.
Well, I mean, if you were like a really high-scale celebrity, then you'd get like a personal assistant. They'd like do your shopping, and then you'd also have one that would probably manage your social media. You'd have someone that like organise. You'd have like a personal, like a secretary. I don't think you'd get one person to do it all, but you would have like personal shoppers and stuff. And I'd probably get like a personal trainer.
I reckon I'd just hire my best mate just to do it all for me.
Yeah, but then why?
It would be so funny.
Yeah,
just
but
just watching Tom do everything for me.
Yeah, but he wouldn't want to
Tom
do that.
from No Agenda fame on Mondays.
That would literally be hilarious.
Mondays.
This is
at
my
6.
argument to that. You know, your friend might agree to do it because it's funny and he's getting paid for it. But like, one, he probably wouldn't take the job as seriously as an actual professional, which would probably annoy you. And two, you'd probably fall out very quickly in terms of do this for me. No, yes, I'm paying. You know, you just fall out quite quickly.
But if I was really rich, then and I just paid him like a really good salary.
Yeah, but why would you? Why wouldn't you just get an actual qualified personal trainer?
Because it would be hilarious. We could just do everything together, and it would just be funny, and I could just laugh at everything that he does and his.
Yeah, but then he probably wouldn't enjoy it. He wouldn't enjoy it.
But he'd be getting paid low, so why would he matter?
Because money's not everything, Dave. Very materialistic view.
But he would be hanging out with me.
Yeah, but 24/7, he might get a bit like imagine hanging out. I couldn't hang out with my best friend that much. We'd fall out, and we've been friends for like almost 10 years. But I could not hang out with John or Sam, if you're listening, which I know you're not, for 12 hours a day, and I couldn't have them involved in everything I'm doing. I'd need some away time. You know, it'd take like a week before I got very, very tired of it. Do you know what I mean?
You know what I mean? That's been successfully what-if'd.
I'm gonna next week. I'm gonna try and look for a good sound effect for when we've what if something for next week.
I've got one for you, Luca.
If it's the boo, I don't care.
It's the boo.
Yeah, boo yourself. Boo. I don't care. It's good.
Next. Okay, this will be our final what if.
Do we have one?
Yes, we do.
Go on then, Max, intro this one.
Luca Di Maio, David Simmons, Summer Blair.
Yes.
What if there were no fences or walls?
That's so stupid.
Oh, it's riveting, isn't
This
it?
is like back from like the early days when we just didn't have like a proper concept of the what if show. When we just stupid. I mean, I'm sorry if there were no fences or walls, it would just
Who's
like,
sat in the host chair? Me. No fences or walls. Go.
well, no fence. I don't know.
Then there would be no ceilings.
We'd be boundless.
There'd be a lot more airborne diseases.
There would be no buildings. Because
There would. They would just be like on stills.
No,
on
there'd be no. There'd be no. Oh,
there would be no buildings.
there'd be no walls. You know, like the Apple Store in like
Yeah.
like the Apple stores they have where it's all glass, all of it. Just imagine that, but with no glass.
Two things would be certain.
So nothing.
Warm
Air.
clothes. Warm clothes would be higher in demand, and architects would be in high demand, and construction companies, because you'd have to build buildings that were just pillars and floors and no walls. There'd be no windows. Windows. Yeah, more airborne diseases, because essentially in history, and this is a fact because I do remember myself, walls are used to keep out like, I mean obviously now they're used for like just like pointless reasons, like obviously, but apart from like, you know, it's just stupid not to have them, but I guess originally walls were like to protect you from things like unwanted attackers, animals that could get in, things like insects, germs, because if you think about in the cavemen days, they're pretty, you know, just sitting out in the open, you're so prone to like so many things getting to you that you build a hut to protect yourself. It's like Minecraft, isn't it? The first thing you build is a hut, so even if it's made out of dirt.
Yep. Love that game.
I was trying to. Avid gamer. I feel like that's a running theme in What If as well, is whenever Luca or Lee talks about a video game, me and Summer look at each other and go, avid gamers, aren't we?
Phone call from the estate agents again.
Oh.
Thank you to whoever's done that to me. Great.
Do you want to explain what's happened with that, actually?
Yeah,
It's funny.
about 2 weeks ago, I got a phone call from an 023 number, which is the Portsmouth local phone code, so I answered it, and it's just from like some random estate agent, and they're like, hello, is this Mr. Smith? And I was like, what? They're like, yeah, this is like so-and-so from whatever estate agent, we're just calling you about your valuation request. And I was like, I didn't do that, I think someone's having you on, mate, someone's like giving you my number as a joke, and I thought that was only the one. 48 missed calls later, 48 voicemails, all, even some from Southampton, just so many different estate agents trying to call me, and 2 weeks later it's still going on. Someone signed me up as Lucas Smith for,
Oh my god, this is great. I don't know this.
did you not? For a property valuation on my property on Paynes Road. So I've no clue who it was. When I heard Lucas Smith, I thought, because my friend from home is called Sam Smith, I rang him up and said, why did you do that? And he goes, look, they're ringing me again. I'll put it on speakerphone, everyone be quiet. Oh, they ended the call, thank you. Yeah, thank you for that. Really
That's good that
embarrassing
they
me
ended
live
the call, because we don't have
Do you
them
have
sign
an
a guest
inkling as to
agreement.
who it
Yeah.
is?
Well, I thought it was Sam, and he said it wasn't. And then I thought it was Lee, he said it wasn't. Could be Tom, I don't really care. The thing is, when it first happened, I was
so funny.
I was going to go off on one in the chat, but then I thought, actually, no, I'm not going to give anyone the satisfaction of knowing that it's annoying me, because then everyone will just sign me up for more. And now I've said it on the air, you know, great, it's probably going to happen more. But you know, it's just one of those rare times where I didn't react to someone trying to annoy me.
Speaking of attempting to annoy Luca, there is
No, no.
there. I mean, if you're part of the university Facebook pages, Luca's had a bit of a promo on there, and I'm not sure if you've seen
Oh,
it.
you haven't
I
seen
think
it?
so. You're joking me.
No, we're not. Has Dave seen it?
On what?
There was this post on the university page. I mean, Tom's gonna kill me. Well, tell you.
Tom's being outed on the What If show, and Lucas being
Sorry,
embarrassed
Tom.
on the What If show.
So there's
Oh my
this
God.
post on one of the University of Portsmouth like pages.
Let me see it, please.
It's about basically you had to comment like a photo and a sentence about someone who would be up for single and be interested in dating.
Oh, I know.
And Tom's put you on there. He's made yourself.
Oh,
a profile.
it's not an official uni page. It's that uni. It's
I overheard in Portsmouth.
I've heard
something
in
like that,
Oh yeah, I've seen that, because also a girl that Tom knows was on that page as well.
And
Did
he
you
put,
see
he
the
put me up
photo?
as well.
I've not seen the photo. Could I see it? Will you show me?
So, have you got the post?
Oh.
I mean, it
I
was,
panicked for a second. I thought you meant Tom's done something for the actual official
No,
uni
I
page.
haven't got the post, no.
let
it's
me have a look for it.
It's currently an
Yeah,
ongoing war
fine.
between me and Tom, because me and David signed Tom up for a website for elder people interested in getting into a relationship. I won't say what kind of website it is, but But yeah, so now Tom's had his comeuppance on me, so nice one, Tom. Hope you're happy.
We just try to have a bit of fun, don't we? Here.
That's what it's all about. All fun and games.
Here at Luca
What was the
Lee
original
Summer Hangout.
What was the original?
What if there were no walls? Or
Oh yeah, sorry. So
Yeah,
there were no walls.
which was the most boring question you could have ever
Then
suggested.
yeah, more diseases, more warm weather, more warm clothes. Animals would just have free reign, wouldn't they? Like, there'd just be a flipping like dog walking around. It'd be like, go away, dog! You're not allowed in this building.
There'd be no privacy as well. There'd be like, especially like with neighbours and stuff. Like you just have one long garden.
This is almost like the very very stupid, just
Can't it?
dumb question. The tragic question: what if there were no triangles? Which I still don't know why I bothered asking. But it's like, no, but I'm sorry. Why would there be no walls? Why would there be no walls? Why would there be no walls?
Oh, here we go.
All right, Luca. Oh no, this is a ticking time bomb.
Ticking time bomb. Lucas' blood
back to
pressure's
the
going up.
subject. So you've actually had quite a few responses on this, Luca. You might even be finding someone. Like this might be your
I just thought of an idea. Sorry, we should get a heart rate monitor for me throughout the show. You just sit
See
on the
how
periscope,
irate he
and when I'm
gets.
talking, I'm just like, right, this is really. I just it goes up. I'm pressing.
So what he says about you is, this is my friend Luca.
Oh, at least you gave me the right name. Show me the. photo.
Okay.
He sometimes struggles in social situations
No.
and gets extremely angry at literally anything.
Right.
Fun fact, Natasha is one of his many old flames. He's just looking for a new cuddle partner.
Jesus Christ.
Now, what my favourite part about this post is 100% the photo, which I
I'm trying to think what they could have possibly.
We're gonna have to get this photo on the What If Show.
I
Facebook.
really don't think you're going to be happy.
Can I see it, please? I'll laugh.
Right.
I'm sure I'll laugh. I can't see it annoying me.
He's lost it.
That is so funny. Oh my lord, that is hilarious. I
I'll tell you what,
you can
also-
post it on the Facebook if you want, but it's just that's so funny.
I'll tell you what. Also, our station managers found the post as well.
I look good in that photo. What did they
That's
say?
brilliant. We're
Hey,
gonna.
I look good in that photo. I look absolutely built.
He looks like Wolverine.
Yeah, I
I
look
don't
built,
know,
mate.
like a team will eat your heart out.
I'm sorry. Look at my hair. Look at my body. How could you not want that? Okay. I'm
If you're
built.
Where are you?
Oh, that's my home in Southend. The undecorated.
All the
bedroom.
ladies out there, check out What If on Facebook to
I want to see the replies,
if
mate.
you're
I can't believe this has gone under the wire and you haven't noticed it.
Yeah,
if you're
I know.
listening, no, we were like, we're not
Tuesday
going to tell
night?
Luca until the radio
Or was it
show.
Wednesday?
No, not the radio
Wednesday.
show, but we're going to out him at some point. If you
That's
go to the
hilarious.
Facebook page right now, the What If Show on Facebook, you'll
Show
be able
me
to
it.
see the photo.
Wait, show me. Let me see the screen. I just want to see. That's hilarious. Wait, who replied though? Who replied?
It's someone just
Someone
tagged
react.
Natasha.
But you said I've got a lot of replies.
Well,
Someone.
you got a lot of reactions. Sorry, my
who
apologies.
reacted? Oh.
Quite a few of us.
I'm going to go around quickly and look at the screen. Be right back.
Well, I'm glad that Luke. I can't believe this has gone under the wire. How have you not noticed this? What?
Okay, so it's just people that I know, not
Yeah.
potential. Don't
Yeah,
get the
I
hopes
know.
up
I
so
was.
much. I thought I was going to meet my future girlfriend on the overheard at uni page. Oh well. Well, what if I didn't take that photo? It's funny, isn't it? It's because there's like a long mirror in my home back in Southend, to represent. That's in my brother and sister's bedroom, and yeah, sometimes when I'm not in the house, I just put it in my room and use it as a mirror for me. But I have no way to put it up on the wall, and because it was directly in front of me, I thought it'd be funny to do like a mirror
Topless pic.
topless pic with my hair, mate. I look good though. I look fine. Someone's gonna message me.
You do. Yeah, someone's going to message me.
My hair's different now. It was all up there. Now it's all flat down. Very greasy because I've not had a shower today.
Nice.
Brush my teeth though. What is he? Wait, is this on the What If show? Max, come on. What are you posting? All I see is like if you're interested or something. What does it say?
What if goes dating?
What If goes dating?
The What If dating show. Every Friday after the show, we'll do an after show where all the women in Portsmouth can queue up and come in to chat to me on the show.
Hello. What
You
about
don't-
me?
What, sorry, if you want to date me, date me.
No, that's
I don't want to.
We've got quite a big crowd. There's like a lot of nice. 1 second. We'll get
We're
them
waiting
after.
for
There's
you,
people
Luca.
queuing outside of the studio
We
right
interview
now.
them. That'd be nice. We could like,
The
one,
fake people. There's no women queuing for me.
interview a potential date for Luca on live on Victory Radio.
Oh my god.
That is such a good show idea.
What? Interviewing people. What?
Interview
Me having a
people every
date.
week.
me having me having a date and interviewing them. What compelled you to decide to
We could just work out who's right for you. You know.
find?
I feel
Mr.
like you need
Right?
to be the right girl. Finding Mr. Right.
So if this is another. Honestly, guys, we're really like progressing. Like this is another. Don't forget the Snapchat competition. But we also have another competition. If you would like to go on a date with me, all you have to enter is to enter. You message me on Facebook, and the prize is going on a date with me.
And he will pay all of half of it.
No, I'm not gonna lie. I always pay. Always pay.
Oh, see, exactly. What else about you, Luca? What
my God.
can women expect from you?
I'm an avid film fan.
Right.
Do lose my temper quite easily. Might like if I'm drinking Stella and I'm wearing like a vest. You know what I mean?
Gosh.
Joking. I'm joking. That was a joke. Don't drink Stella anymore. Do wear vests though. In fact, I'm actually wearing one right now.
Lovely.
If you're in the Periscope, you can see my vest. I'm not profiling myself, Summer,
Well,
because Max is going to promo his show so he can. What would I tell if a woman was seriously listening to date me? What would I tell them? I'd probably just make loads of stuff up purely for the fact that they're listening on the radio. I'm a 6 foot hench bodybuilder, blue eyes, blonde hair, very tanned.
You are not 6 foot.
Yeah, that's the point. They can't apart from the Periscope.
He's also not a bodybuilder. He's also not blonde, and he doesn't have blue eyes.
The Periscope's a bit dodgy, so it might not look the same.
Anyway,
looking on the Periscope now as well, it's almost impossible. If you look at him, how are you even able to convince someone that you're blonde? There's literally no colour.
Anyway,
well,
Max
enough
has a special T-shirt. He found it at a thrift shop.
enough of that.
Charity
If you want to
shop
see
t-shirt.
my T-shirts, we can post it up on the Facebook or something. But we have to go now.
I did like this
Pro
segment
bit.
of the show, though.
It's been yeah.
Pimp Luca out.
What?
I like this
Try-
Luca
try-
Or
dating
if we could
show.
get Luca a date.
Trying to
Super
rile,
dating
trying to
show.
annoy
It's good.
Luca.
Yeah.
Not going to work.
Right,
I do like the blood pressure monitor though.
that's been
Idea.
the What Is show for this week. It's flown by again.
What if we had the memory of a fish?
I've been Max.
I've been Summer.
I've been Dave.
And I've been Luca.
Thank you for listening. We will see you next week. Bye bye.
Playing the music you love.
Live 24/7.
This is Victory Radio.